Y'all niggas got me high.
You push your kids, you go out, you bust your butt every day as hard as you can, give 100% effort so that people will give you an opportunity. You do everything right, and then you go home and you.
Don't even start. We'll get on that shit a little bit later.
If it ain't white, it ain't right.
And so I don't appreciate your tone either. You can pump that back a little bit.
You can back that shit the fuck up, cuz. yeah.
Pump that back.
That shit was so funny.
Pump that back, dog.
No, he doesn't cuss, so.
That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback.
Yeah, man. That's as profane as he gets, man. That's why.
Oh yeah. He meant them shits.
Yeah. Y'all better stop doing my quarterback like that. Derek Carr, man. We in the building. Of course.
You didn't even like that dude before.
I mean, today, we named him the starter back in 2014 officially, right? And first couple of years, no, I didn't like him. Fuck it. Who does, right? And so, but now, no, he's the greatest Raider quarterback of all time. We have no issue saying that. I have no issue saying that in any way, shape, or form.
I wouldn't say that. I'll go with Stabler.
I ain't seen them other niggas play. Fuck them.
No, I'm just saying he got championship.
Rich Gannon with the cannon?
No, what, 1 or 2 years?
Yeah,
Hey, only reason I wouldn't say Rich Gannon like that because his tenure was so short.
Very, very short. But
and he did get MVP out of it, but it was like he had like a 4-year run and then it was over.
And once a Raider, always a Raider. Yeah, how about that one? yeah. Of course, this is an NFL season preview episode that we do every single year, which is always great and always good because, damn it, that only means one goddamn thing. It's football season. Football season is here.
It has finally circled back around.
It has. The calendars are here. I don't know what other people like to do, the universe and all this. Hey, it's here. This is the time where people get together. Crime goes down during football season, except from the football players. Shout out to Henry Ruggs. Too soon? Anyways, so, of course, this whole episode, that was they went kind of quick.
It was a drive-by. That was a unnecessary drive-by right there.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I shouldn't have said drive and Henry Ruggs at the same time. That's fucked up.
Man, you did that too. See, all right, well, fine. I guess we'll go to the loony bin together there, bro. But like I said, NFL episode. That's practically all we're doing the whole day, with the exception of this one fucking thing.
You gotta get the timing right.
That Simon wants to discuss.
No, it's you the one that answered like that, man. What do you mean?
Okay,
people want to know. Do you know how to tell time? Can you read a regular clock?
I can read a regular clock. Okay, Jamile, you're not on Facebook, but this is how sometimes the conversation goes. I put this up early. I just put up random shit, like sometimes random people try to decipher it like it means something else. No, it doesn't mean shit, right? I just put up random shit just because I'm retarded that way, right? No big deal. So this is yes, exactly. You guys talk to me every day, you get it. So this is what I put up earlier today. Reminder: if you currently say a quarter till at any point, no one likes you and you're adopted, right? Again, just some random ass shit, right? So Mr. Gotti, my colleague over here, decided to put. Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what he does, right? So he had to put this little bullshit ass comment. Don't be mad because you can't tell time. And I felt like those dots was like, nigga. Like, don't be mad because you can't tell time, nigga. So my response to that was, or you can just say 25 minutes, maybe just a thought, right? See, you just show you don't know how to tell time because a quarter till is 15 minutes and not 25. Okay. I know that. Okay, it doesn't look good.
A quarter is 25.
This is such a stupid argument, bro. I hate the fucking quarter till snobs, bro. I hate these people because they think they're so smart. But it's a quarter of an hour, not a quarter of a dollar, motherfuckers.
Right.
Like,
you're right.
If you take 25% of a dollar, of an hour, sorry. 25% of an hour is 15 minutes.
Right.
That's why
it's a quarter till.
And I know that
of an hour, just like a half an hour isn't 50. Like a half a dollar would be. It's 30 minutes because we're not talking about we're talking about just dollars.
And I get that and I understand it. While I was sending when I was sending the shit back out, right? I'm on the phone at work and I'm just like, yeah, like 25, just say 20, like more so like if it's 10 minutes, if it's 25 minutes, not quarter till, but like, hey, instead of saying, oh, I got a quarter till the hour, man, look, I got 15 minutes, or oh, hey, look, I got 22 minutes, whatever your time. What I'm just any minute, right? Just say the minute. Don't say, oh, meet me in half an hour. Nigga, just say 30 minutes and stop playing. Or what
why would I say something longer if you know what I mean?
30 minutes.
Know is what I mean.
30 minutes, half an hour.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. I'm trying to clean this up as much as possible.
No. I was like
30 minutes. That's 4 syllables.
No, that's the general feel of like when somebody says a quarter till, somebody thinks it's 25 minutes. It's like, no, nigga, there's only 60 minutes in an hour, right?
I tell you what, you say a quarter till, nigga, I'm gonna throw some water on your motherfucking ass.
It's almost like they're mixing metaphors though, because like I said, it's a quarter of the hour. Just like if I were to say a quarter of the people in the US got COVID or something, right?
Okay.
That doesn't mean 25 million people got COVID.
Right.
It's a quarter of the
population. Right. It's a quarter of it.
You're confusing the denomination with like a percentage of a
25.
No, he's confusing it where everything is 100.
25. Yeah, 25 just came out of my Twitter fingers or Facebook fingers, man. Y'all kiss my ass. Like, I know what the fuck a quarter till is. I didn't want to put the post up there. And besides that, on top of that, look, let me tell you what time it is.
Well, but let me say real quick. While I say I hate the quarter till critics, I also hate people who say quarter till. Like, it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary. And 30 minutes.
It is confusing. Even though they're not technically wrong, it's confusing. So don't do it.
I don't know. Maybe I just grew up with people saying that. It shit don't bother me. I knew what it meant.
Me too. I just would always be like,
saying
I never tell anybody don't say it.
What's wrong with ascertain?
There's nothing wrong with saying ascertain. However, it's like I gathered from this conversation. So why do I have to say I ascertained? Like,
it's just another way of saying that. Come on, man. You mad people got grammar?
What difference does it make? Just because you said
word where there's really no reason to ever say it.
There's really no reason for ascertain.
Like, it's a word, but you don't really ever
That's a good word. That's a good word.
And it sounds like you know what you're talking about. Like, matter of fact, like I challenge anybody.
I would use it in court.
Use it in court.
Yes.
And use it in an argument, right? And see your significant other's response. Like, no. See, I didn't ascertain that from that. Like, the argument is over. It's done. Because they're gonna be like, why the fuck did you use that word? Why did you put that word right here? Like, ascertain. That's where we go.
That would be. With me, that would just be like par for the course. See, that's another thing. You can say that too. See, you mad because I say that?
Apropos. Like, who uses apropos?
You just gotta show you got linguistic
skills.
Apropos?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I can't even remember seeing the word apropos on any kind of like magazine sentence or anything. Right? I know the word. Right? I know how to spell it. However, I ain't never seen nobody write that shit.
I don't know how to spell apropos. APPROE.
Sure, let's go with that one.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's just go with that one. People
That's
use
more
it,
like
but you
Apple.
don't write it.
Apropos.
Yeah,
It's an Apple Pro.
yeah. And watch it be a B in that motherfucker somewhere.
There's an X. It's silent.
Yeah.
Oh.
I see some shit earlier. They was like, the EA and T, the word T is silent. I'm like, yeah.
No,
Really
can you
is.
imagine like speaking another language and trying to learn this shit? That's why I'll be mad when people don't always be able to speak English all the way. It's like, bro, we got so many words that don't make sense.
You could say 2 in 3 different ways.
Yeah, that's gotta be a mindfuck. Right? That's gotta be a
2 and 2.
Yeah, you say 2 in 3 different ways, bro.
Then
And you'll be, and then somebody will make fun of you if you use the one with 2 O's.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? The semantics. That's what they trying to get us on. Semantics.
Boy, they keep moving. They keep moving these down too, boy. You gotta love Facebook, boy. They ain't about
What?
shit.
Moving what down?
My account keeps getting restricted. Anyways, I don't put up porn. What the fuck? But nevertheless. So again,
do we have
you would if you could.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. What?
Why do we have silent letters? Seriously,
what's the point of it?
That I do not understand at all.
Because some
and it's not just and that's just not with the English language. That's a lot of languages I'm saying like, damn, why is that silent? That motherfucker is literally at the front of the word.
Yeah, like literally, like P pneumonia.
Well, I know sometimes letters are like in the back of or in the middle of words are there to emphasize a sound ahead of them, right? Mm-hmm. So like my name is Jamile. A lot of people say Jamile or something like that. But the E actually makes the I, so that makes it mile, right? That's when you say you're driving a mile. Yeah. Versus if you take the E off and then it's a meal, like some type of cornmeal or something like that, right? So that I understand, but why is a K in front of the knife? When the N is there to make the
N is literally right there. Literally right there.
Yeah. Or lasagna. Why is there a G?
Somehow lasagna just seems like the perfect sound.
There needs to be a Z. There needs to be a Z somewhere. And most people didn't know how to spell lasagna until Lil Wayne said it was the right music.
Yeah, they did not. That is. People were like, "There's a G in lasagna."
Apparently, they're bidding Negroes up like hotcakes.
That's perfect for that food. So,
hey, lasagna is just fucking delicious, though.
It's just like my last name. Nobody know that they would call me. I haven't gotten Gatey. I don't know where you get the 8. I don't know where you get the 80 from in my name.
ATI. I mean 80. I mean 80 Addy.
And then I gotten somebody called me Gates. Like an actual, like a swinging gate.
Yeah, they just decided to go their own direction.
Yeah, I was just like, all right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna correct your ass, but Jesus Christ, I can't even feel bad. I can't even get mad because that's just being stupid.
How many times do you correct? How many times do you correct them? That's the question. Like, cause do you get irritated after a while?
I've been irritated about that since I was a kid. So yeah.
Yeah, and it depends on the situation though. Like if I'm never gonna talk to you again, like if I'm coming up to like a hotel desk and they call me the wrong name, and I'm just trying to get to the room, like whatever, just here, take my shit and let me go. Right. But if it's like, somebody who
like my teacher, yeah,
they'll still fuck it up. So,
oh man. Yeah, I had them say my first name wrong. It's like, damn, my name is Simon. That is the whitest name I know.
It's nowhere close. The matter of fact, to steal a line from Jamal, the whitest name is Tanner.
but in your life, how many black Simons outside of me have you met? You met some white Simons, but you ain't met no black Simons.
I think I might have met one other one.
I can't say. I don't. Matter of fact, you're the only Simon that I know. Actually, How about that?
I've met a few. Obviously, my name is Simon. So yeah, I've met a few, and they was all white boys.
I just hate,
nothing wrong with it, but just
I just hate when they
Oh
actually.
no, I did know a dude named Simon.
See, there
Well,
you go.
a dude I went to school with.
a word.
Yeah, black dude.
Connor, Tanner, and
so-
Bobby.
Shout out to it was his last name, but
See, that don't count.
Oh yeah, see, that don't count.
That don't count.
I just hate when motherfuckers ask me, is there a W in your name or is it a U? Like, okay, first of all, if you spell Lawrence with a U, again,
You're psycho.
Yeah, no one likes you. No one likes you if you spell Lawrence with a U. It's ridiculous. Yes, I'm talking to you too, Lawrence. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It sounds very right wingish. You know what I mean?
Too good for the W.
It's too good for
you
the
want
W.
The pure U, not the W, right?
But then it makes sense too because phonetically they'll go. Is it Lawrence or is it Lawrence? Okay, first of all, if you pronounce my name that fucking hard, you have a problem. Like you're doing too much, right? Yeah, I got a liar. Wait a minute. Why is all that W? Why is the whole part of that W coming up?
It's a lot of on your shit.
You ain't got shit to do today. That's what that is. All right, so. Again, like I said, we got the NFL episode here today. Fuck it, segue just for editing purposes. NFL season. I love thee.
It's almost upon us. We got one more. This is the last weekend without it until next year.
Pretty much. So everybody hide your kids, hide your wife, do whatever it is that you need to do. I don't know, but you got to get it together because you know how football season goes, right? Women, if you don't watch football, nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. On Sundays, take the kids somewhere, go on about your goddamn business, okay? You can have every other day of the week. Give me this one. Men, if you don't watch football, who hurt you? What is your problem? Do you need to talk? Were you raised by Catholic priests? Anyways, so we got.
Wow. You went all the way to boy touching, huh?
All right, this is going well.
That's
the way to kick off the season.
Yeah, I mean, fuck it, let's go. Let's bring it on. But okay, so like I said, like every year that we do this, we pretty much pick the division winners, but we talk about every single team in the division. The good things, the bad things, all of the above, so on and so forth. So, where do y'all want to start? What division and conference do you want to start?
Let's start with the East, NFC East.
NFC East. Oh, you want to go there? You want to jump right out?
Yeah, because the AFC has like a ton of good teams, so we can save that for.
All right, fair enough. So with the NFC East, let's just start off with the obvious most popular team in the NFC East, the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys.
Boo.
No, with me, I had them this year. They didn't add anything. They lost a lot in this offseason. They lost Amari. They've lost Tyron Smith. Zeke is a year older. That line is a year older.
Tyron Smith out.
Yeah, I'm not. Last year to me was probably their best year. It was their best year, their best shot at this. As the team is constructed right now, I'm not saying get rid of Dak or anything like that, but Zeke up there in mileage now, and the last few years haven't been looking too great for him. He struggled to get to 1,000 yards last year, and he got that young dog behind him. So, and I don't know what they're going to do with their receiving core. Like, it's CeeDee Lamb or bust.
Right. They gave him the 88 too, right?
He didn't have the 88. Yeah, he came in as rookie with that.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah,
he's kind of living up to it right now.
Is he?
He had over 1,000 yards last year.
Did Dak live up to the 88?
Not Dak.
Dez. I'm sorry, Dez.
Yeah,
Dez had his moments. I don't think you got to be a Hall of Famer just to wear the number. It's just
Yeah.
You top receiver, playmaker, all that kind of stuff. So
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and for me, like I'm with you on that one, Simon. Like realistically speaking, all bias hate aside, yeah, I don't think they do much different this year, right? I do think they take a step back in regards to number one. I don't like Mike McCarthy as a coach. Like it's just something about his
Yeah,
face
he's
that I
just
just don't. I
it
just
feels like they're about to get
it
him up out
doesn't,
of there.
and they're searching for reasons to get him up out of there. And
they are.
and last year he got away with some stuff that was as far as this. I have a real particular thing about coaches is like in their coaching style, and you know, it coaching ain't always about dialing up the best bomb play or something like that to score a
Mhm.
touchdown. Sometimes it's about when you're calling a timeout or when you go for a fake or
Mhm.
when your team is reeling, you inject them with some energy somehow, some way, or you do something to kind of get their attention back.
Mhm.
And McCarthy's not good at adjustments like in game, on the fly adjustments. That's my feel of him. Like last year, he got away with not calling a timeout or calling a timeout, and all these little things that build up to like they were the most penalized team in the league last year.
Mhm.
Shout out to being a Raider fan because they're usually just synonymous with the Raiders. Like
That's what we do.
penalties and Raiders, go hand in hand. And they led the league in penalties last year, and they led the league in penalties this year in the preseason. So it's like, did they even address that shit?
Right. Yeah,
So
fair enough. The next team up, the Foreskins. I still,
last,
like, okay, so I still like them being Washington football team. I'm sorry, but the Washington
last,
Commanders is technically what their name is now, right?
Washington football team did kind of grow.
It
They're
grew,
kind
it
of
grew.
grown. At first, I thought it was stupid. Then I was like, oh, that's kind of dope.
no,
Now,
it's just you got beat by that football team.
yeah, like that
I do
football
like their
team.
new uniforms, though.
The uniforms clean as shit. I've been trying to tell
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah,
Um, I do think that they actually do finish last in the division, right? Just because I mean, in last in
Carson Wentz went from walking to him to is he barely
man,
walking
he
now?
went from sugar to shit in a very short period of time. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he did drunk too much Jesus juice that Russell Wilson didn't drink. I don't know what the fuck it was. He went from sugar to shit very quick, very quick. What up, Marcus? What up? But yeah, I do think that they are finishing last in the division. And
yeah. They got to move on from what's his name, Ron
Ron
Rivera.
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 It's come on,
It's
bro.
not his fault. It's not his fault up
I'm not
there,
saying it's no, but they need
but
like
it,
some
he's
pressure.
he's working for he's like that just organization. It's crazy when I could say that as a Raider fan. Like our organization is ass.
Ooh, boy,
Man, they are just absolutely
complete turd.
atrocious.
Yeah, man,
It is a
super
complete
turd.
turd. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we got the Army and so the Giants. I'm still
That's just a can't get. That's a can't get right.
I'm still
division, man.
I'm still a Daniel Jones guy, man. I like
I
Daniel
don't
Of
know
Jones.
course,
how.
he's destroying the Giants. Of course, he's your guy.
He's ass, and I know like the last season especially, I was like,
They
no, he's a
drafted
good
this dude
quarterback.
out
He's
of
a good
Duke, bro.
quarterback, huh?
Out of Duke. They drafted this man out of Duke. Come on.
Yeah, this is true. Man.
because he
This was
because
predictable.
He was
because
a Manning.
he was a Manning project, man.
If he was any
They
good, he'd have
okay.
been playing basketball, man. Come on.
Yeah. Like
Like
I was a Daniel Jones guy, and I still think he has a little bit left as far as like
He's not
terrible.
horrible.
He's
He's
yeah.
not
like
terrible, but he's not a.
I see the
He's a
potential.
friend. Yeah, he is what he is. He's a fringe starter to backup quarterback. That's what he is.
Yeah, like if Daniel Jones stays in the league like 15 years, it doesn't surprise me, right? He's just never going to be on a beef jerky commercial. That's just the part that he's never going to do, right?
You don't take that Chase Daniels. I mean, look at Chase Daniels. Bro.
Chase Daniel getting that bread, cuz he getting that bread.
They
Say,
play with the football.
Hell, matter of fact, I went back and watched something like a couple of years ago. We were talking about Joe Flacco, right? Joe Flacco was fighting for a starting job even before Zach Wilson got hurt with the Jets, dog. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes
He
you're gonna be in
wasn't
the
fighting.
league for long.
He wasn't fighting for it. Dog. They drafted Zach, what, number 2 or 3? Like, nah, he was a starter.
Say, and at week 4, when Zach Wilson had 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, they was pulling him, dog.
Yeah, he's a rookie. Like, the Jets
Bull.
were bullshit, especially last year, was some bullshit. Like, dog, they didn't set that kid up to win at all, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
If you draft a kid that high, if you're drafting a quarterback in the first round, you're supposed to set the team up for him to make it easier for him, not harder, easier.
No, I didn't like Harry Collins because he took Vince Young's spot after he went 13-3 and shit. Fuck you. What was they coach? Jeff Fisher. Fuck you, Jeff Fisher. But
That's because Vince was over there crying in the car and shit.
motherfucker was. Boy, anyways. So yeah, Giants.
Hey, wow, you're still a UT legend, bro.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, but like I said, the Giants are shit. Washington shit. Cowboys, they're okay, mid. Again, mid.
They're mid.
Maybe a 500.
They're very mid. They're very mid right now.
Right now, this is one that we actually did the trifecta to for as far
You're
as
not
the
gonna
picks.
say Eagles?
No, we did
Oh.
the trifecta for the Eagles because we all feel that the Eagles are the better team in this fucking division, which is pretty obvious, to be honest with you. I think
I do think people are overrating them. Like it
Yeah,
feels like they're getting overrated, like they're about to be a contender. I don't think they're gonna be that
no, they're
good,
not there yet.
but I do think they'll be good enough to win the division, go to the playoffs. So.
Right, and that's what it boils down to. You win your division, go to the playoffs, and then everything else kind of takes care of itself. I do think that the Eagles win the division. Now, obviously, one of the questions will always be Jalen Hurts, right? They're gonna anytime he does something, they're gonna fucking over criticize it. Overreact or whatever the case may be, because obviously the quarterback is the leader of your team. Let them tell it. But yeah, that's going to be their biggest thing. But I like what they put together. They ended the year pretty good last year.
Yeah, they went out and got AJ Brown. Like, to me,
that's huge.
This is a thing. That's what you're supposed to do with a young quarterback, man. You're supposed to go and build put pieces around that kid so he can succeed. Like, man, go and get one of the top flight young receivers in the league. It's one of those things, having a solid run game behind them, having a solid defense. And I know that goes with any team, but especially to me, that's especially with a young team, especially when you're not paying. He's young. He's a young quarterback. You ain't paying him shit, relative to what top flight quarterbacks are getting. Now they're getting $50 million a year. So it's like take advantage of that leeway that you have, and most of the time, you get at least a 3 to 4 year window. You got to take advantage of that time.
And that's what Seattle did to Russell Wilson. That's they literally did that same shit. Like, no,
that's it. Early on, that's the same thing they did until that quarterback blossoms into what you think he can be. Like, you gotta have that stout team around him, just like they did that with Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't the focal point of that team at the beginning when they won their first Super Bowl, or not even their second. They always had dominant defenses back then. It didn't start becoming like Tom Brady's team until after that third one, and then subsequent years after that, where he started winning MVPs and shit like that. But he built into that.
No, absolutely. So, like I said, we did a clean sweep. We did a clean sweep on this one, gentlemen. As far as who's going to win the division, we all got the Eagles. There we go. There you go, Eagles. There you go, Philly. There you got it. You got it.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, fly, Eagles, fly. It sounds very like what?
God, Eagles fans, bro.
They're ridiculous. You know one, Mike. What's happening?
Well, Mike's not as bad as them. Not even close.
Right.
But oh, bro, I went to a Saints Eagles game. The most obnoxious fans I have ever seen in my life. So
Yeah.
bad.
Was that the game Reggie got rocked?
No, this was like
Oh, he got
in
his
the
ass.
last-
He ain't been right ever since.
this
He
was
had
like
that
in the last
Antonio
3 or 4
Brown shit.
years.
But,
No, this is more recent than that. But
All
Saints
right.
still whipped their ass.
of course.
So this is maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know.
All right. So we got let's go NFC North because there's a disagreement here. Jamal, go ahead and go first this time around, buddy.
NFC North.
Yeah.
Who did I pick? The Packers.
Yeah.
Well, so you got the Packers at the top. I
Minnesota.
mean, who else can even? You have the Vikings. The Vikings are like the Chargers of the NFC. You know, where they always have all this talent, and it feels like they should be good.
They're going to be very competitive.
They're gonna be very competitive.
Yeah,
they're gonna be fun. There's gonna be a lot of gradient. There's gonna be a lot of this shit.
No, clean. Say, I've been trying to learn that dance and I can't get it yet.
Y'all kind of
There's
just
gonna be
skip.
a lot of this
Just
shit.
gotta skip
And
with it.
And as always, they're gonna skip their ass right out the playoffs. But that's really the only competition. The Bears. What do you
I got
say
them
about the
last.
Bears?
I got
Yeah,
them last. Hey,
they're
shout out
tanking
to the Bears. I appreciate the good lookout with them claiming Leatherwood.
Leatherwood.
Oh my
fucking
God!
idiots.
Get that off! Get that off my cap. Thank you, dude. Thank you, dude.
Didn't even let him catch the waiver wire, huh?
Again, he was a first round pick, regardless of how you feel about him. He was a round pick, so that goes a long way in the league. You always usually get a.
Who your first cousin, Julie?
One thing I will tell the Bears, nigga, move that nigga to guard. He is not a tackle. Move him to guard.
He is not one. He is not one whatsoever.
Guard and never put him on the field.
Now,
he can be on the field. You just please don't have him at tackle. You're gonna be.
This is where the disagreement comes in at. Okay.
Who did you pick?
Don't say.
I picked the Bears to win the division this year.
The division? Have you seen that team?
Again, I get it. I understand. I like Justin Fields, man. I like Justin Fields. I love it. I love it.
No, we get that, nigga. Who is he throwing that hoe to?
Man, I mean, he's gonna do it by
name
committee.
His number one receiver.
I don't know none of them niggas. Yeah, but he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it by committee. Roquan Smith is waiting on that contract.
Committee of what? He needs the committee.
Roquan Smith, he
does not change the game. He doesn't change the game.
He doesn't. I just there's some okay. Remember the LP ticket prices? Ticket prices. Okay, this is a ticket price thing for me. Because one, I don't think Green Bay is going to be that good. I don't think Green Bay.
They're not winning 13 games, but this division is not going to be as good as the Green Bay has been the last few years.
Right.
Now, again, my dude, have you seen this team? Chicago they're a bad team. They just picked up Leatherwood. Yeah. They're a bad team.
I get it. That again, I'm not saying
that's not even being. Shout out to my boy Jalen Jones that just made the Bears, though. You know, undrafted free agents that made the Bears.
Fair enough. But it just to me, do I think they're going to have a Cincinnati Bengals year? No, hell no. Right. I just think they're going to be better than
talent. Like they don't have talent. I like the quarterback, but you have Darnell Mooney, who's a good player, and Cole Kmet is your tight end. That's pretty much your second option.
And Montgomery at running back, and that's about it.
Yeah,
I do like Montgomery.
Any one of these mid-ass weapons gets a twisted ankle and has to miss a few weeks. Like then you're really in trouble, right? So
none of these guys that we named on offense are top flight guys.
No,
they might be able to, one day be that. But as right now, they're all mids.
Yeah.
And you have a quarterback he's still, as much as we do like Justin Fields, he's still shaky. Still don't know what he is.
Very. So I think at some point during the year, though, they just say, fuck it. Let's just go out here and play, right? Like they stop trying
that ain't going to help.
Hopefully,
You know,
Yeah.
Detroit said that last year. They won 3 games.
That sounds good until you're on your 4th pick. Then it's like, ooh,
it's
boy,
not
I
that
don't
good.
know.
It's not that good. It's
People
okay. It's okay.
This
So,
nigga said
so,
Chicago.
so I got Chicago. Jamal and Simon got Green Bay. Congratulations.
I will say, it really should, on talent, be the Vikings.
It should be the Vikings.
Right.
Like on talent, it's the Vikings, but
it's Vikings in the stadium that the Vikings play.
They've been better than the Packers before, and it's just never mattered. Like,
because they have Aaron bleeping Rodgers.
Yeah, good point.
Oh,
good point.
Talking about that dude real quick. I watched him on Joe Rogan.
I did
Them
not.
niggas was really smug. That shit was so smug. Both of their ass was so. I was like, stop sniffing your own asses right now. Jesus Christ.
And honestly, that's why I can't fuck with Green Bay like that. I really don't like Aaron Rodgers. He punchable face. He's worse than Anthony Mackie for me, dog. Punchable fucking face, man. I can promise you, like, dude, like he one of them cats that you just take out and just grab a beer bottle and slap the fuck out of him. I swear, just looking at him.
Oh man,
it is what it is.
But he can throw that ball.
Oh, that motherfucker's a goddamn quarterback. You hear me? Shit, he's a goddamn quarterback. All right, so we're gonna,
my bad.
Yeah, we're gonna get off there because no one believes in Detroit, right? Okay, good, great.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, they're ass. NFC.
They got a lot of heart though.
NFC West. This is another clean sweep on who's going on. This is Super Bowl champions here. Fuck it. That we got them winning the fucking division. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, until you go take them from them, hey,
right.
You gotta go see them.
You gotta go see them.
Yeah, I don't think they'll be as good this year, but they're gonna be plenty good to win that division.
Was Hard Knocks pretty good there, Marcus?
Yeah, because it's featured like the little league team of the NFL.
Nephew, ain't nobody going. Them Cowboys ain't going to the Super Bowl. Nephew, you can hang that one up there.
Yeah, you can start with that.
Yeah. Ayahuasca. Yeah.
They were talking about that shit on there too.
See what I'm saying? That's that bullshit.
Oh my God, they were so pretentious.
I can definitely them two in Austin, Texas, which is like the pretentious capital of Texas.
It's shooting for the world.
Matter of fact, we need to check their manifestos and manifest and shit like that. Just because I think they went to the what's the old buddy name? The island out there.
What?
Epstein.
Epstein Island. Joe Rogan and Aaron Rodgers look like they made a couple of trips out there. I don't trust them motherfuckers.
Don't like the cut of their jib.
I don't like the cut of their jib. but yeah, NFC West. Of course, we got the reigning Super Bowl champions. Let's give them that fucking respect at least. They are the best in the division. I think that's pretty clear. Yeah. We do got them. Again, another clean sweep. We got them winning the goddamn division. However, like a team like San Francisco, right? I mean, hell, they went to the NFC Championship game last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
They played the Rams.
You see what I'm saying? So you got that. You got them. You guys are really high on the Cardinals. I'm not. But expound.
Yeah, you're high on the Bears. But continue.
I don't argue with logic, man. I just, just shit happens.
Yeah, fucking Scud missile.
yeah. Oh, threw that bitch right at you, boy.
If you're gonna do that, you might as try to go parlay and at least go try and win some money off that.
I'm a hedge the shit out of that motherfucking bet, dog. I ain't even tripping. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, so again, the Rams, again, they are the favorite to win it again. Barring any kind of like major injury, like at the wrong time.
Only thing I would say they gotta watch out for is they've been saying Staff has been dealing with an elbow. Training camp.
Let me go ahead on breakdown.
So it's one of those. I don't know. That's the only. What you call. They've been saying they've been managing it. So.
Mm-hmm.
If that shit were to, hopefully it doesn't. But if that shit were to like become one of those nagging things, and he ends up like not being effective or not even being able to play a part of the season, I think McVay that nigga probably leaves and goes to television.
Does he go to television this early?
Apparently, he almost went this offseason.
Yeah.
That could have been like a money grab,
because
though, right?
yes, of course, it was a money thing.
Obviously, that's what you mean. I just won the Super Bowl. I'm glad at it right now
because they have Amazon out there who's buying like NFL games and stuff,
right?
So they bring in like TV people in to broadcast those games. They were talking like $20 million, $18 million a season, and McVay's like, shit.
And I got my ring.
Why not me? And then I can come back in a few years if I
McVay is still younger than we are, right?
I think he
yeah. I think he's like 39. Yeah, he's around our age.
I mean, same age.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's a Hey.
And but yeah, so okay, so this was actually with Jimmy G String a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about Jimmy G String as going to be gone, right? He's not gone. Is that an indictment on the 49ers not believing in Trey Lance, or is that it's more so like, look, we value you, Jimmy G String. However, we didn't get what we want for you. The offers didn't come in.
They weren't going to get that, man. He was coming off the surgery, and Jimmy didn't have the strongest arm to begin with.
Right.
And you have to rehab that. I'm like, nah, bro. Your trade, as much as he did good, if he wouldn't have been injured, yeah, it'd have been an easy trade for him because he just went to the NFC Championship game, and
right.
Like, yeah, and they're just deciding to go with the young dude that they brought in, but.
Mm-hmm.
Just if you're gonna be skeptical about him, that doesn't look good for Trey Lance because he's essentially he is a rookie quarterback. I know he was there last year and came in a few games and started a couple, but he's a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I do know about rookie quarterbacks, there's a time where they struggle.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got
and
to.
To have the guy that's taken this team to a Super Bowl and just took the team to an NFC Championship, still on the team that they can go to, that's what are you trying to get with
right
this?
because
are you trying to trade him mid-season or something like that? You might be, but let them niggas start out 1-3.
Right, like they gonna dial him up. They're gonna dial him up real quick.
But it comes to that point. Are you gonna stick to your guns and say, "Hey, young fella, we're sticking behind you. We believe in you," while every fan is gonna be like, "Put Jimmy G in the game." Like, are you gonna be able to battle?
Here's the thing: if they really believed in him and thought, "Oh shit, this is it," like, we good, they would have. Jimmy G wouldn't be there because. They wouldn't even try to get at a certain point. It would just been like, we moving on to Trey Lance. Give us a 6th round pick, conditional, whatever you want. Take your flyer on Jimmy G, to some team. And that would have been it, right? But the fact that they basically brought him back when he was halfway out the door tells you, because they think they can win. And I know that they think they can actually win it with Jimmy G.
They just went to the NFC Championship.
But they know he's not good enough to consistently keep you there.
Right.
Trey Lance actually has talent. So I think they are going to try the Trey Lance thing. They're going to give it a really, they gave a lot up to get him. So
yeah,
he
has to be the guy at some point.
But I think there is some fear that he could flop. In terms of not necessarily for his career, but I'm talking about in this rookie season. And
right.
Whereas most teams, like if you're the Jets or something, and your quarterback is young and he's struggling, you just let him play through it. We weren't going to win shit anyway. But with the Niners, they were
right there. They were right there.
If you have 1-3, they're going to be looking around like, look,
right. Jimmy G String gonna pull a Doug Williams out the game.
It's not even gonna be the outside noise. It's gonna be inside noise from the team because they're gonna be
with Jimmy G. So
yeah, we just won with this guy. We know if we they feel we know if we've played better as a team, we'd have won that game and won the Super Bowl. That's how they genuinely feel.
Right.
So it's like it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. That's like that covert kind of like, man, there's some problems going on in that locker room.
At the end of the day, as much as you say he's behind, Jimmy G's behind him, and Jimmy's gonna say the right thing. He's gonna play. That's one of the reasons why everybody kind of likes him. He plays it cool. You never see him kind of flustered or anything like that. He could have thrown 3 picks in the game. He's on the sideline, still smiling, like still
Jimmy
got
like,
that
look,
confidence.
Jimmy like,
That
look, you about to
they
pay
still
me
can
$30
win.
million,
So
$30 million to do half of nothing. So yeah, I'll cooperate.
Yeah, yeah, with a straight
and
face, with a straight face.
Just
when
send
he
checks.
walk out, just call me when you need me.
Yep, yep. At your service.
All right, so the Arizona Cardinals,
Okay.
where do they fall in this division?
I think they'll be. Oh, it's tough, man, because
It's between them and the 49ers. I feel
yeah,
like they got who's going to be second. Like I think they're going to be really competitive as far as Kyler got his money finally. So it's one of those things where like he's going to be a quarterback. And he had his controversy with the contract and all of that, but
Sure.
they still gave up that money for him. So the organization believes in him to a high extent because you just seen what they paid him. But early on, it's going to be what can they do without D Hop because D Hop is out for the first 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So are you going to with the coaching and all? Are y'all going to learn how to play more team centric on offense as far as it doesn't rely on Kyler that has to run, pass, do this, do that to make the offense work? Is it going to be spread around and everybody's going to get a touch until D-Hop get back and play complementary defense?
Right.
Yeah, I mean the defense is going to be the big part of it because I mean even though they don't have a lot of weapons, they have enough. They got Rondell Moore, Hollywood, Zach Ertz. That's not great, okay, but they can make some.
But it's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, when you have Kyler on top running 20 yards a pop and scrambling around and making shit happen, like that's enough to be competitive in a regular season if you have a good quarterback. And we'll see if they can run the ball. That's going to be another big thing.
That's the big thing, and that's one thing I will say that I'm hoping Cliff Kingsbury get better. Like you're going to have to emphasize and not running with Kyler, actually handing the ball off and running with a running back. Even if you scheme it, if y'all can really block it up, whatever y'all need to do, but that needs to be more of a focus. And I know that's never been his focus though, but he has to have that part of the game in there for them to be long time successful, because that I feel that's part of the reason why Arizona always fades at the back of the tail season. They don't have that run game to rely on when it's one of those.
But they've
17 or 20 games, and you got to just irk this motherfucker out. You got to bleed that clock dry at the end of the game. You got to be able to do that to some capacity.
They've
have a 4-minute offense.
They have tried to do it though.
But it's a lot of, but it's a lot on Kyler still having to run the ball at that point,
right?
That's not in the fourth quarter. You don't want your quarterback out there running the ball
right.
Outside, off of a like I say, a scramble drill and something like that. He sees they running man and everybody's back to him. Yeah, I get that. But other than that, like nigga, you don't want that nigga running out there. Come on, dude.
Yeah, and all the bullshit, I be talking about Kyler, like all bullshit aside again. Like no, you don't want him running out there. He's accurate enough as a fucking quarterback. He gonna put the ball
one of
where
the
that
prettiest
bitch needs to
balls
go.
in the league.
Yeah. He gonna put it where it needs to fucking go. So yeah, you don't want to have him out there running this is that. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that at all. And hopefully they can figure that shit out. To where they can get it together. I don't, like I said, y'all saw the bet I made. I don't think they're winning more than 7 games this year, and it's not an indictment on Kyler Murray or anything like that, right? It's just I don't see them winning 7 games this year.
But you see the Bears winning 10.
No, I said the Bears are winning the division. I just said they was winning 10 games.
You don't have to win 10.
No, shit. Not sometimes. Sometimes you can
win
7.
That Minnesota and what you call it, that good that they're gonna at least probably win 10 games.
All I know is the Foreskins won a couple of years ago, and they won 7-8 games. I don't know if they
you're talking about the NFC East when when who was the best quarterback in the division that year? Motherfucking Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Like,
'cause Dak
stop
was
it,
hurt.
stop it, dude. Dak was hurt. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
come on, man. Like,
Again,
because Dak is clearly the best quarterback in the division, and that's
right.
who you usually. That's who's division winners usually go sway to, like the
But
motherfucking best quarterback in the division.
San Francisco was better than them, and then the Rams are better than them.
Are you
So
sure about San Francisco? Because they swept them last year.
yeah, and
Alright.
they can still get the
I'm
2
just
wins
saying,
again.
Arizona beat them twice last year. So.
Arizona always beat them, just like we always beat Pittsburgh. You know how this goes. Shit. So next division up.
NFC South.
NFC South.
Come on down.
Go, Jamal. Just
no, y'all go first.
No,
okay.
I took Tampa to win.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is.
I mean, this is again, Tampa's. They have the best quarterback in the division, and that goes without saying. Yeah,
Who's a better
He looked
quarterback?
like he was pretty close to the grave a few days ago.
Man, didn't he look like shit? God
Something was
damn.
wrong. I don't know what it was, but he looked like he just came out of rehab.
Giselle got on his ass.
you see how high his cheekbones is now, so But no, I took Tampa. I took Tampa to win the division. I took New Orleans being second. French playoff on the mere fact y'all New Orleans just lost their head coach. Year before you lost your quarterback 2 times. Drew Brees and Jameis. And again, I think New Orleans is a talented team, especially the defense. Again, I don't know how you lost 2 culture setters in that franchise in 2 consecutive years. That's tough to deal with. I don't give a damn what team that is, but that's one of the things I'm trying to see if they can win their way out of, because everybody else is we don't know how good Dennis Allen is going to be as a head coach, because he wasn't good the first time,
right?
And we don't know if the play calling is going to be as good as it was.
I'm not saying about. I'm just saying at that time that wasn't a great.
It doesn't matter. He had another chance. He had another chance. It still flamed out. So there's
anyway. But
that's my critique on them. I'm not saying I don't think New Orleans is a bad team by any stretch of the matter. I feel like they're gonna have to go out there and prove it, because there's a lot of unproven people. We don't know if Jameson can win as much as we like him. We don't know if he can win because he hasn't.
I actually before you go, I actually have New Orleans in the wild card. So if they give,
They're right there on the fringe, right?
Yeah. I actually have them in the wild card because the NFC is just shit. But yeah, so you obviously you have New Orleans, and we're gonna go bias opinion. You literally have the shirt.
First of all, you
literally have the shirt on right now. Like
you don't know what I'm about to say. Okay, I can say anything here.
But
Baker Mayfield I'll start at the bottom of the division, the Falcons. Right?
No.
So nothing going on there. Don't need to spend a lot of time. They got Kyle Pitts, and we'll see. Right? So that's about it there. So they'll be at the bottom.
Free Ridley.
Yeah, they'll be at the bottom of the division. Really, we're betting on every game. So don't worry about it.
Hey, he got a parlay on that joint.
Oh yeah. He's gonna have his cousin put it in.
You know what? 1,500.
But people like Ray, how you making all these bets? You don't have a job. Don't worry about it.
No.
All right, but anyway, Carolina Panthers. They brought in Baker Mayfield. He's just worried about beating the Browns. That's his Super Bowl. After that's over.
That's it. Week one, he's done. Week 1, he's done. He's good.
That shoulder gonna flare up, baby.
He got one more of those Oklahoma Sooner games in him, and then that's gonna be about it. But yeah, they got some talent, but man, they got some holes. So we'll see. I don't even know if Matt Rule's gonna make it. They're getting pretty impatient.
It don't look like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might be like back in the college team pretty soon here. But Then I have the Bucks finishing in second. And the main reason is, first of all, they have all these injuries on the offensive line. That's a problem.
No, that's a big problem.
That's a big problem, especially with Brady, the way he don't like to get hit. Well, of course, no quarterback likes to get hit. And
They're
then
older.
Chris Godwin, I mean, he's going to play this season, but he's coming back from the ACL, and he may not play week 1. They haven't committed to when he's going to like be a full go or whatever. So I mean, they still have some weapons, but if your offensive line is
brought in the ghost of Julio Jones.
Yeah, but
the ghost of Christmas.
If your offensive line is banged up, and my worry for them, because their Achilles heel is if you can stop their run, it kind of fucks them up, right? As crazy as their passing game is, because it takes all that pressure off and just allows Brady to do play action.
Sure. And Leonard Fournette, when healthy, is a beast.
And sets all their shit up, right? It is their run game. Even when they don't get a lot of yards, they'll still try it. But it's one of the reasons why they match up so poorly with the Saints, because the Saints always have a top run defense. And they shut that shit down. And then I'm just saying, I mean, if you look at the matchup, they beat them most of the time.
The whole part about it, Brady's overall record against the Saints is a losing record. Like that's the team he just
they kick his ass.
He can't get right. Like dog, it's been since New England that he didn't went to New Orleans and got his ass drove a few times. It was like, nigga, damn, nigga, y'all just went to the Super Bowl. Y'all sure about that?
Yeah. So, but it's just the style they play. It's just one of those style situations. But and then the Saints, on top of it, have a bunch of corners and safeties that can cover all that shit. So it's a bad matchup for them. So the way I look at the Saints is, you should. Now, of course, it's the NFL, and we know teams fuck up and shit the bed all the time.
Of course,
you should beat the Falcons twice. They're horrible. You should beat the Panthers twice. They are also horrible. Even if you split with the Bucks, let's say you split with the Bucks, which we never do, but say you split with the Bucks and you go 5-1. Okay, that means then in the other 11 games, if you just go 6-5, that's 11 games right there. Right. That's assuming you're only 500 the rest of the way, or one game over 500.
Right.
So I think now, does that win them the division? We'll see, but it depends, because I think the Bucks are going to struggle early. But of course, Tom Brady's on the team, and just like in a game when Tom Brady and the team is struggling, like somehow at the end you hold on for dear life. So
they right there. He's like the Terminator guy. He just keep at that same pace.
Yeah, so it's hard to really say, oh, they're going to be terrible or anything. But if I had to pick a surprise team to miss the playoffs, it would be the Bucks, right? Because it depends on what type of hole they build. Because a couple of their offensive linemen could come back. So if they struggle up front and they build kind of a hole for themselves where they start 2-5 or something like that, you could be struggling depending on what other teams are doing to catch up in the standings, right? Even coming down the stretch. So, and it's not like some of those problems go away, or you don't have additional injuries that happen along the way. So it's always concerning for every single team, and every team has it at some position, some area where somebody who they were dependent on is hurt, or not maybe bad, but just not ready for week 1. And you're really vulnerable, because now you're on your second corner, your second guard, your second tackle. And if something happens to him or somebody else on your offensive line where you have to start shifting people around, it can kind of snowball on them. So those are some of the reasons I'm concerned about the Bucks. But
yeah, well, I honestly, real quick, I think between Tom Brady and his plastic surgery that he has going on right now,
that's another concern. I didn't even say that. He don't seem right. He don't about the fact that he had to leave for 2 weeks.
Leave for 2 weeks. You are correct. You are 45 years old. Leave for 2 weeks.
However, I got real life shit too.
Yeah. However, like the look on his
the rest of these dudes are full time, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
the look on Tom Brady's face was like, "Oh, I finally had to talk to my wife today."
The thing is about being able to fight and be, how good he's been for so long. Once, we've all watched sports for a long time. The bottom falls out really fast. And, it's like, oh, he was great. And then he's not. And it's just like, oh, yeah. And I don't know. Cause the nigga, like I said, the nigga is 45. The nigga is doing some immaculate shit just in general. Where, nigga, he's still playing? Like, god damn, nigga.
Giselle whipped his ass. He did not.
Oh, Giselle on his ass, man.
He did not do the
she's
dishes
mad.
that
She's
day.
mad as hell. This nigga went back.
But here's the thing, though. That's the crazy part about it, because this was planned like ahead of time, way ahead of time. So it wasn't just an emergency, like, oh, I caught you with some chick. You need to, spend time with me to make up with it. No, this was something that was planned ahead of time. So what?
I mean, we already know he was trying to be.
I know it's Tom Brady, so we're just gonna give benefit of the doubt, and that makes sense. All right.
Hell no, he need, like Tiger said, I need that Kobe, baby.
He's not right, bro. He's not right.
And
you can see when we look back on it, it's gonna be so obvious. Everybody will be like, "Wow, it was." You
can see it in his eyes.
Something
you can see it in his
eyes. It's gone, bro. It's like the Illuminati came and took whatever the fuck is they gave him, that horseshoe that's been in his ass for 20 years. It's like they came and took the horseshoe out, bro. Like he don't even look the same. Like he's pale and shit. Like what is going on? And I hope it's nothing like, I hope it's nothing serious with health or with him or his family or anything like that. But it looked like it was different, bro.
Yeah, it looked different.
That's it. Again, we have never seen Tom Brady like this, and I mean, not just physically, just in the training. You don't even know where the message is.
Locked the fuck in.
Yeah,
this is all I'm good at in life. The reason that my skinny, weird looking ass, like everybody falls over me, is because I'm fire at this shit. Like he's locked in. You don't play 20 years in this shit if you're not really locked in.
And you know what happened?
At quarterback.
He probably gonna have to pay his OJ dues here before too long. AFC. Here we go. AFC. And I want to actually start with the goddamn, because I AFC East. I'm starting AFC East right now. We did NFC East first because the reason for that
with so much emphasis,
because I think the Miami Dolphins is going to win this fucking division. I know Buffalo's going to take. I know Buffalo's going to take.
Here this nigga go again. God damn, nigga, what are you?
The team whose owner tries to bribe his coaches to lose.
That one. He ain't the first one, and he ain't the last one.
I didn't say he was. I just said he is one. You
no,
think Robert Kraft is doing that.
Do Robert Kraft is doing what?
Bribing his coach to lose games.
Nah, he's getting rubbing tugs in Miami. That's what he does in Miami.
Yeah. You know what Bill Belichick would do if Robert Kraft came to offer him money to lose a game? Bro.
He'd probably quit on the spot.
Bro, that's a murder suicide right there. That's a murder. He killed Kraft and himself.
Suicide.
Yeah, he killed Kraft and himself. Like, I'm feeling dirty.
Dude, I got Miami winning this division because, again, like I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, I don't think Buffalo is going to. I don't think it's the Josh Allen effect.
You believe in the Buffalo?
What do you mean? That he's good?
He is good. He's great. He's great. It just I
don't. You're not saying anything. Making noises is not saying anything.
I mean,
you're not explaining. You're not explaining no reason. I just said maybe. Like what about it? Like you don't have a good point about it. Just say
the hype.
You're just saying some salacious shit and not saying anything to back that shit up. Come on, at least Skip got some motherfucking data behind him.
Okay. And there you go with the
your guy, LeBron.
That's where he goes to apropos. He's doing apropos right now. But no, like I think Buffalo takes a step back, right? Because y'all know how this shit goes, right?
Why though? Why?
No, okay, first of all,
Y'all know how this shit goes, right?
Mhm.
Where there's always a team that's supposed to do certain things, right? And then they don't for that 1 year, just one season. We ain't talking like I'm not saying Josh Allen won't be a phenomenal quarterback or anything like that, but this season right here, right? Everybody's anointing coming out of the AFC. Buffalo. I don't think they come up out of there. I don't think they come up out of there at all. I don't even think they win their division.
Saying they don't come up out of that winning the AFC championship and saying they're not winning the division are two major different things.
It is.
Like that. I can understand you not believing them to get to the Super Bowl, but explain why you got Miami leapfrogging them probably by 4 or 5 games to win the division. That's a big jump for them.
No one said 4 or 5 games.
And now a bet. No, I'm just saying Miami had a losing record last year.
That's fine, but they also picked up Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, great find. I mean, great pick, great trade. That was a lot for a receiver, but I get it. They trying to make that splash.
They trying to do it real quick.
But even core in the league,
but it also goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where we're talking about a young quarterback that's still on a rookie contract. You have to take advantage of that young quarterback being there.
I understand, but you're saying that, but you're not explaining why you have them winning the division. Like outside of them getting Tyreek Hill, why are they that much better than Buffalo now?
Because they got $13 seats, Simon.
Moving on.
Well, for me, Buffalo, I could see them taking a step back. I still have them winning the division, which is more about the quality of their division than it is about the Bills. Because I think they'll be good, but I think they are overhyped. People are acting like they're just so elite. And if you watch the games last year, they had a lot of good games, but it was a lot of close ones. And not saying there's anything wrong with that. Good teams win close games, right? Most good
4
teams
points. 4 points.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it wasn't like people are acting like they're the 98 or 2000 Broncos, whichever that the one with TD or whatever, where you just couldn't do.
They're very one thing I will say about them, they are very quarterback centric, and if Josh Allen has a bad year, they have a bad year.
Yeah,
because he's always like second on the team in rushing. Like he has to carry the load.
Isn't that the same thing for Kyler though?
Exactly.
Right.
But then they've done it at a higher rate, and they've gotten to the AFC Championship game. Like they went out there and won playoff games. And, they lost a spectacular one last year. But it's like
I still think they'll be a playoff team.
I got them wild card. I just don't have.
I just like saying Miami's gonna win the division just because the Tyreek Hill acquired. That's like even with them taking a step, that still means Miami has to take a major step forward too.
Yeah, it's like the 2021 season, but with Tyreek Hill. It's like it's the same team. Now it's not totally true. I know they drafted guys and free agents, and we'll see maybe some guys.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about that part of it.
But in this division, it's a weird one because the Jets, okay, you can throw them away. We don't even talk about
Yeah.
But then you got the Patriots and the Dolphins, who are weird teams. Like when I was looking at them, I was thinking, all right, Patriots, I feel like they're not good enough to win a division, but I can see them San Antonio spurring their way to a fucking division title in there. I can see it, man. Belichick's last dance. Right. But I don't think that's gonna happen. They don't have no weapons.
They don't have Josh McDaniels.
They still be tricking it up with Mac Jones though, throwing these little, 2-yard routes with 7 double moves or triple moves. I guess you can't have 7 double moves. That's kind of like a quarter of an hour type thing.
Hey, as soon as I got done swallowing that shot, I was about to say, quarter, huh?
Yeah. But no, and Miami, that's like a strip club, bro. It looked good, but you're never gonna finish.
No sex in the boom boom room.
I did just see this shit. I did just look it up just out of curiosity, right? But Miami won 9 games last year, and Buffalo won 11. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, yeah.
Come on.
I see your point.
Is it that far off? Like, and again,
but you don't start the season off with 9 wins. You got to start from 0.
Yeah, of course. I don't like. I love
and do we know this coach from San Francisco? Do we know he can coach?
Yeah. The white black coach. You believing in him?
Do we know he can coach?
I watched the interview with him, bro, and I was like,
that motherfucker did get that 12%. That 12%.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't know about this dude.
He did was a 23andMe and got his ancestry back and ran with that.
He got the bitch back, looked at it, nigga.
You are nigga. All right,
bitch.
Next division up. AFC South. Simon,
this is like the most boring division to me.
It is. It really is.
It's really between what you call it?
It's between
Tennessee
and
Tennessee.
Yeah. It's
we're gonna
between
see who. We're gonna see who's who out of them, and
like
I lean Tennessee. I obviously lean Tennessee because Henry, like they have that factor, like in them late season games where you need that run game. You know, they built for it. They built for that time of the year. It's just them getting to that time of the year this year because they lost AJ Brown. Like they drafted a receiver in the first round. They really high on, but he's still a rookie. We don't know what he is yet. You know, but they got old King Henry to rely on. You know, because Tannehill showed his colors in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, like a motherfucker. And then old buddy, what's the old buddy name that they drafted? That the Steelers, quote unquote, the Steelers should have drafted. Malik Willis.
Oh, he's not ready yet, man.
He's not.
He's not ready.
He's not.
He's just not. It's just there's stuff he has to be able to do in the pocket at a consistent rate that he's just not doing yet. I'm not saying he can't get there and he's gonna work. You know, it's from all accounts he's works hard at it, and he's gonna put his best effort into it. So, but his running ability would be why he's on the field.
Right. And so, like I said, Simon, this division you got Tennessee. Jamile and I, we got the Colts. And the reason why let me get my $13 seats in. But the reason why I got the Colts is because they picked up Matt Ryan, and I think Matt Ryan got a lot left in the tank. Like Matt Ryan isn't like even last year, he still had a decent year as far as numbers are concerned. So you give him a good solid running game, Jonathan Taylor back there, whatever the nigga name is, and you give him a solid running game back there, and hey, let him go out there and sling the pill. I think he's gonna be all right. Hopefully, it turns out to something for him, but I don't know.
Indianapolis has been weird ever since Andrew Luck retired, man. Like they've been running through quarterbacks.
It's because they got whack ass jerseys.
Every year, like hoping this vet is gonna be the one that gets them over the top.
They've had a different starting quarterback every year, right?
Yeah, since Andrew Luck's retired, they've had a different starting quarterback. So it's like, when does that finally catch up to you? Because like these receivers and stuff like that, they have to get used to a new quarterback every year. I know he's a vet, and it's gonna be easier fast tracking him in than some rookie or something like that. But when are they gonna settle on somebody? Because as much as Matt Ryan got a lot left in the tank, the nigga's at the tail end of his career. So.
But it's a good situation for him though, because in Atlanta, like he wasn't always terrible, but they really needed him to throw less, and they lean way too hard on him. And like he's a statue back there, and you know how it is. Like the more attempts, people are gonna eventually start getting there, and then he always makes those mistakes, which a lot of guys do when they get under pressure. So they just kind of lean way too hard. They lean on him like he was Peyton, like let's just throw it every fucking down. But I think in this situation where you should have a really, really strong run game, and you can do a lot of play action. I only got to throw the ball 20, 25 times a game, have balance. Depending on how their defense is, maybe you could play ball control. So that's their path. The Titans, I just feel like they're a little more one-dimensional because they got rid of A.J. Brown. So they don't really – and they did replace him with Robert Woods, who I like. But it's not the same as A.J. Brown. Like Robert Woods can beat you, but teams are like scared of A.J. Brown, in terms of the way that they play.
That's what they brought that rookie in for, to see if he can be that guy that can make the big play.
And I like Burks, but Burks, he's like a project guy. Like he's not.
No, I know.
He's not going to do it for him this year. He may, by the end of that contract, he might be good. But yeah. So I just don't. I don't see. It seems too easy to shut them down to me. Now, can you actually stop them from running the ball? But the way to stop them from running the ball is to get them down a few scores or whatever, right? So. And I just don't know if you're going to be able to score a lot of points with the receiving core they have, and all that. So, but they may not, because that's just a team that is weird, and you always think somebody's going to get them out of their style. But most weeks they just show up and they play that same fucking style, and they beat the hell out of whoever they're playing or grind them down.
Their jerseys are ugly.
I kind of like this shit. It's weird. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want to wear it. But I don't mind them wearing it.
Yeah, the jerseys are ugly. Y'all said all that shit. Their jerseys are shit.
And I will say this.
Well, when they get to wear their throwbacks and they get to wear the Houston jerseys, they always clean.
Yeah. The Colts need a refresh, bro. It's one of them teams that can't even do a throwback because they never changed anything.
They never changed it, Doug. Hell, even with the Raiders, like it's the same shit. It's like, oh man, I need something different.
And I get it. The Colts are like supposed to be an iconic NFL, whatever. So, it's like a Penn State thing. But it's like, y'all not in Baltimore anymore. This is a whole different thing. So,
yeah, give me something. Give me something.
Just spice it up a little bit, bro. That's all.
All right. In AFC North, we actually went 3 different teams this time. For the mere fact that
what you gonna say?
What?
Yeah, I don't even see how you see that, bro. I don't see how you see that.
Mike Tomlin.
I love Mike Tomlin, bro, but
Najee
I hate
Harris.
Mr. Trubisky. So
he's gonna say like okay, so there was a few times that I watched Pittsburgh play in the preseason, right? And everybody like, well, you know how you do it. You got to start off with the veteran. You got to go with your biscuit. You got to go here. Then old buddy gonna come in. But Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season, right? I think Cincinnati overachieved with their 10 wins last year. Yes, they made it to the Super Bowl. I get it. All that makes sense. I still think they overachieved just a tad bit. You know what I'm saying? Again,
not a tad, nigga. I hope, but nobody saw them going to the Super Bowl.
Okay. So that division is open for the taking, right? I don't think Lamar Jackson is phenomenal, right? However, I don't think that the Ravens are going to be good enough to be able to just push. Like the Ravens are going to fight every single fucking game, right? And so by the time they're going to run out of gas at the end of the year.
No, they ran out of gas at the end of the year last year because they lost all 3 of their running backs in the preseason. No, they had a lot of that team had a lot of injuries.
Right.
And then Lamar ends up getting hurt, and then your shit. Now you in the shits for real.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, man, I got Baltimore winning the division.
Yeah, and like I said, this is like, okay, so
they were number 1 in the division last year until Lamar got hurt.
So let me ask you, is there ever a point, right? Have you seen a division where like all the teams like they just had a bad year, right? However, there was still a team that was like, you know what? No, they're gonna come out. They're gonna come up.
This is the thing about with Cincinnati. that that we're all waiting to see. Dog, can y'all do this now? Y'all ain't the surprise no more.
Right.
Like when there's when people are circling when you come into town, because
They got the talent. They got the talent. You know
like,
what I'm saying?
and I think they got probably from 1 to 3 the best receiving core in the league. What is that defense better? Are they going to be able to now? You got everybody's attention now. Are you going to be able to deal with these primetime games and this and that? What comes with going to the Super Bowl, even though they lost. Like you still, that's the thing about it. The Rams, they come in like we the Super Bowl champs. Like we know that. Like we have that. They walk around with that type. Y'all lost. So that shows vulnerability, and everybody wants to step on the vulnerable one. Like that's where you step on their neck. You don't let them get back up. Like, nah, this was a 1-year thing. Y'all get back to where y'all supposed to be. Are they going to be able to take that punch?
Jake Dale home as Super Bowl. yeah.
No, they ran that one. They topped out. Like them losing, it was like, yeah, that was great. That was y'all shot though.
That's it. He ain't even on TV or none of that shit. That's the where are they now?
For me, the Steelers, I don't like their quarterback situation. Although I do, it may not be that bad though, because I do like their receivers. And if you have good receivers, sometimes it can make up a little bit for a trash quarterback. So
they're a young team.
So they got that. I do like Najee Harris. I do like their defense, although TJ Watt apparently got some kind of knee situation.
He's racist.
So, yeah, that too. So if he's out, then that's a little concerning. So it's just too many. But I will say this. That team, just the Steelers in general, Mike Tomlin, I could see it happening, right? I could see them running the ball. Their receivers made plays. They play good defense. And somehow his fucking luxurious beard is standing there in fucking January with the snow in his face. So I can see it.
The Steelers goes to the playoffs. Final score today, 9-3.
That's another franchise that spurs their way to playoffs sometimes. Like we have no business here. Fucking
last year.
Ronnie Turioff is our best player.
Yeah.
And but we just
Lakers.
Yeah. We're taking the Lakers to 7. It don't matter.
Yeah.
So I can see that. But as far as the Bengals, I'm sorry, man. Y'all gonna laugh at me, but Joe Burrow, man, that dude is different, bro. That dude is different.
No, this LSU shit.
I'm telling you, he's different. He shows up and shit just like it's almost like Tom Brady. I think that's who they gave the horseshoe to, as a matter of fact. I'm pretty sure they stuck it up.
I don't know. The Cincinnati, them niggas is still cheap. They just got an indoor facility this year.
And then on top of that, all I know is Peter's like, Dad, I'm a Raider fan, but I need a Joe Shiesty jersey and a Jamar Chase jersey. LSU, baby. Nigga, fuck you.
Hey, them niggas is cold, though. I ain't going front. Them niggas is cold.
Look at my face.
Nah. But, you gonna have to deal with Lamar now. Because Baltimore's always that aggressive team that you know what type of game you're gonna get from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like if Cincinnati continues on the trend, or if they start a trend right with what they've been doing, that is completely different in that division. And it's kind of like when Ocho Cinco and Carson Palmer then was out there, right? It's just like, oh, you know what? We finna go out here and beat y'all ass, outscore you, and do a whole bunch of other shit. And then we still got some dogs on defense. Don't get it wrong, but we ain't got 9-3 final score dogs. We got 21-17 dogs. You know what I'm saying? So I I think Cincinnati, again, they're going to take a step back, but I can't go against Pittsburgh in this division. Like at no point, unless it's just obvious. I can't go against Pittsburgh.
I mean, with their quarterback situation, it's kind of obvious. Everybody has established quarterbacks. Even the Browns, with Mr. Rub and Tug over there. They even, he finally got a set number that everybody agreed with, so we know he's gonna be a quarterback for them at some point. But
and that's even like Ben Roethlisberger has been asked for the last 5 years.
With them being in flux at quarterback, and then Cincy and Baltimore having two clear-cut better quarterbacks than them, like man, that puts them at the minimum third.
Yeah. That's one division.
They're even kind of talent-wise. We'll give Cincy they're the most talented offensive team, but their defense probably brings them back to the pack. And then Baltimore over there, they got Lamar and that tight end Andrews, and they're gonna play some in your face defense. So and that's where that shit evens out. Like we look at Lamar and we act like he's not an MVP of this league. Like there was a point where he was the best player on the field for a whole year, and it wasn't a question about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Last division we got, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. All I know is, and that's all I got to say about it. Raiders. Okay, so AFC West. Now, this is one of those divisions. Jamile, I texted this to you earlier. I was like, you know what? I want to pick everybody in our division going to the playoffs, but this my division beef is, it won't let me do it. The AFC West is going to be a hard division this year. If there was an out,
goes without saying.
Yeah, if there was an out team, I'm gonna give the out team being the Broncos, right? Just from whatever. At the same time, obviously the Chargers are gonna charge some things up. Somebody has to get KC up out of here, man. Somebody got to get KC up out of here. With them losing Tyreek Hill, again, I'm bringing him up again. I don't think Travis. I don't think Travis Kelce is he's going to take his Rob.
He's going to do what he do.
But I think he's going to take his Rob Gronkowski this year. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to just kind of just step back, just a tad bit, just to come back later on. But I don't think
a step back of what? What do you mean?
Meaning, like, I don't think he's going to be as productive this year.
That's a bad comparison with Rob. I mean, one of the best tight ends ever.
Yeah, no, he's definitely top 5. I would give him top 5 all the time. But I still think I still think that he takes a step back this year, and I think Kansas City as a whole takes a step back, right? Because if you ain't paid attention to any of my picks today, I'm talking about divisions where the quote unquote obvious leaders of that division, they're taking all a step back, right? And Kansas City, I think they're going to take a step back this year. Now, Raiders running the division. I'm not going to put a game amount on it, right? Total, we're going to win 12 games. All I know is this: that shit gonna be close as shit. I still got the Raiders winning the division, and that's slightly biased. But it's also it's slightly biased, but it's also like. I think we got what we need. I think we got what we need right now to be competitive and say, fuck you, this is our time.
No. So I'd pick the Broncos, right? And, the Broncos aren't perfect, but I do think they're going to be able to run the ball. And I do think they got Jesus Christ himself, Russell Wilson, has risen
in the mighty name of
Mile High,
Wilson,
sitting atop the football world. But they do have some nice receivers. I like Cortland Sutton more than Jerry Jeudy. But they also have KJ Hamler, so they got some weapons or whatever, enough for Russell Wilson to work with. And I think they're going to let him run the kind of offense he's been wanting to run, apparently. And I think that'll be enough in that division. And I kind of agree with what LP said about KC, only because you lose Tyreek Hill, who was a a big part of what made them special. They'll still be able to score, but it was those drives where they just throw, a 15-yard in route and he just takes it the rest of the way. And it was just too much, right? Along with everything else they had. Now the focus is on Kelsey, which he's going to still be good. But on the outside, you really don't have anything reliable.
Juju.
And it's really for them, it's going to be how good is your defense? Because my fear for them is if their defense isn't that great, it's been good, especially the last couple of years. Not great, but good enough. If they take a step back defensively and all of a sudden you're getting down in more games and you have targets that you don't necessarily totally have faith in, I think you could start seeing some picks from Mahomes. Because despite being like a gunslinger type, and he does throw some dumbass picks, but he doesn't throw a lot of picks. It's kind of surprising how few he throws given the way he plays, right?
Right.
So I think this is the year where you start seeing those picks creep up, in the double digits, because he's just not going to have those targets that he can rely on as much on the outside if you cover up Kelsey. So I think they're going to take a step back. Chargers, they got talent. I just don't buy the brand. This is every year. Oh, we got so much talent. Great. Justin Herbert's MVP. Oh, whatever. Okay. You're not making the playoffs.
And honestly, like going back to the picks with your boy Patrick Mahomes, I wouldn't be surprised if they go pick up Deshaun Jackson just like week 10. They go.
He's out there.
Yeah.
One thing Deshaun Jackson's always going to be able to do is run.
Like if that shit happened, like yeah, Andy Reid went back and got Deshaun Jackson. Oh, okay.
Get Freddie Mitchell while you're at it.
I like to take my hands.
All right, got it. What you got?
Yeah. Well, I had the Chiefs winning the division just on the mere fact that they've won it 7 years running.
You got to take it from them.
Yeah, you got to take it from them. That's more of. You have to take. I give them the respect of that you got to go take it from these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers have been good for a long time, and they're not planning on being bad anytime soon. It's taking a step back. It's we done win 13, 12 games. We won 11, 10, and still eked it out. And my surprise not making the playoffs team is the Broncos. And hear me out when I say this. I say this with the Broncos as far as there's a lot of new in that building. And I mean, from the ownership on down. And these coaches are not proven. They're proving that they were good assistants, but, the head coach, first-time head coach. OC, first-time OC. DC, first-time DC. Bringing a new quarterback. There's a new system. There's a new leadership group that comes in. Now it's not running exactly how it used to be. There's little subtleties that a lot of people, around the building are like, feeling it. And that's a thing everybody kind of got to have that same positive direction to go in the same direction to try to make it a special season.
Right.
And they got a lot of new. And it's just like, are they going to be able? I'm not saying they're going to be like 6 and 11 or anything.
Right,
like
right.
But,
yeah.
If they're 9 and 8, 8 and 9, 7, creeping into them last couple of weeks. That wouldn't be surprising to me, just because they might get off to a slow start, just on the mere fact that we all got to start pulling in the same way and get this shit rolling. One thing they do have is a good defense and a solid run game that they can rely on. That's going to keep them in a lot of games.
That defense is always good. They went 7-10.
But when they're gonna let Russ cook, and it might not cook just might overcook a couple of things sometimes, and it's just like, all right, you're gonna take, because even last year with Seattle, I know Seattle wasn't as good of a team as they've been in years. They lost some games where it was like Russ was cooking and then he wasn't, and then it was like, what happened? I was up 17, and then you lose the game. And I get it, their defense wasn't as good and all that, but
you still got to put up
going into the second half of a game and you're up 3 scores. I think Seattle's supposed to win those games.
You still got Tyler Lockett. You still got DK now.
Come on, like So I'm no indictment on him or anything like that. I don't think he's gonna be just playing that bad, but it's gonna take him a little bit to kind of get this thing going in the right direction.
So Jesus,
I just don't see it just changing that quickly with everybody in the building, and that's a tough thing.
So again, Jesus is turning into Allah, is what you're saying.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you like Russell. I'm gonna tell you like Russell allegedly told Sierra when he first met her, when you're with me, you're never losing.
One thing he's winning at life.
He's never losing, man. I can't.
He's winning at life.
He just got his big contract, man. He about to make this, man. Look.
Hey, second highest paid.
Yeah,
they had no choice. They had no choice. You trade all that away. Of course you're paying. Like we knew this was on down the line. Like he was looking for that new money.
All I know is last time Broncos did this shit, they won a championship every time. When they did John Elway, when they did Peyton Manning, now they doing Jesus. Oh God, come on, man.
Probably next is Aaron Rodgers.
And again, I'm not saying
if Aaron Rodgers would have went to motherfucking the Broncos, I would have been like, okay, you know what? I'm not today. Not today. I don't want that problem. I don't want that problem today. But yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Oh, we ended the MVP.
We wasn't supposed to do the MVP.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, not that. Yeah, not that. Like how you set the show up, and then talking about do your MVP thing because you said something about.
No, I'm not. No,
you're not gonna do it. Yeah.
You can do it another time. I mean, shit.
Fine. Yeah. Like he literally said the shit like we gone.